Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel. I'm the co-founder of Maillon. We are a technology company that enables small and medium retailers to offer to their customers the possibility to spread the cost of a purchase over a period of time, like the big retailers do. We'll take a pause. Now, it's working. So, when a customer is visiting a big retailer like Decathlon, a part of the traditional payment option he has to pay by cash, credit card, special cards for installments or overdraft, he will find out that the retailer will propose to him to get finance in point of sales and to pay afterwards in installments, without any visit to the bank. Usually it's a service provided by the big retailers in partnership with big banks like BCR or CTLM Baniva. It's just an example. When we talk about a small retailer, such experience in terms of payment options is not possible. It's not an option of a service provided to their customers to get finance in point of sales. And that's affect their performance. Every month, they are losing 30% of their sales. And if you look only in Romania, and we are looking to small and medium retailers, every year we'll find that there is a loss of 225 million euro. We know exactly how to tackle such big market because a few years ago, I founded a startup which solved the problem of the retailers into the area of supply chain and logistics. And we learn a lot from that example. And we learn a lot from our customers, which are the big retailers into the market, including international ones. We took several rounds of investment, and last year I did my first successful exit. So now we have built a platform that puts together the retailers and the lenders in a marketplace environment. It's working in store and online. We are not a lender, we are connected to multiple lenders. Due to the variety of the banks, the variety of the risk profile included in our platform, we are getting better chance to the customers to get finance. If we compare the big retailers with small retailers are even in a better position. They can double the chance to their customers to get finance. In terms of operations, big retailers need to do the onboarding of the customer in the system of each bank each time. It takes time and offer a worst customer experience. When you talk about our system, it's quite easy. You just need to do it one time, to put the customer data, to look at the options, select the best one for you, sign it for it electronically, and afterwards, the retailer is paid in full. We have already 3 lenders in our platform in partnership with us, and we will start from this month with 8 retailers. And by end of this year, we'll pass through our system 2.5 million euro credits. Our business model is simple. We are charging the both sides in a variable fee. We know exactly how to look to the market. We know exactly which are the verticals, early adapters for us. We are looking to the market with high value ticket, and limited number of players. We are looking to bikes, we are looking to dental clinics and opticians. In the year 3, we'll pass 100,000 loans to our system. And afterward, meaning 50 million euro credits. The market is huge. Only in Romania, we are talking about 450 million euro. That represents 3.5% of the total consumer market. When you look at we have more than 300 billion euro. So we are a team of 3 co-founders, and it's a former management consultant in Ernst & Young, McKinsey, and has an MBA to INSEAD. Justin is our CTO, is managing teams in Bucharest, in Chișinău, Moldova, and in Brussels. I have been working for Oracle, for Orange, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. We have been close our pre-seed round in January this year, and help us to develop the product and to do the pilot. And now, in 6 months, we'll close the seed round for 1 million to scale in the local market and in a new market abroad Romania. So let's have a look how exactly the product works. We are taking an example of a consumer which is coming in a retail, physical retail. The employee of the retail is the one connected in our system and follow the process. And afterwards, we see the dashboard and starts a new process for lending. Take a picture or have a scan. Afterwards, the system will complete automatically the data from the ID. We just need to ask the customer for several questions, usually which is the need of the bank. And afterwards, has the agreement of the customer to let the bank afterwards to interrogate several databases in order to complete the risk. The risk, it's in the lender side. We are not doing the risk. And afterwards, we'll see exactly the financial product in real time received from the banks, customized based on the customer behaviors in the better position. We see the details of each offer, you can accept it and receive the email with your electronic contract signed. The retail is paid in full right away. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I propose to you to look at how exactly the happiness of consumer finance looks like by keeping in mind Klarna, one of the companies which is presented today here. So,
knowing that I could pay for all of this later makes me so relaxed.
I'm Daniel, this is Maillon, thank you very much.
Questions? Over here? Yeah.
I'm curious, how does this compare with like a credit card?
Yes, but we are targeting another type of customers.
Okay, so you are going towards the customers who don't have a credit card.
Yeah, so I think we should think about, let's start with Romania first, because there are other regions with the same profile. We have 40% of the population which has an income without a bank account. So unbankable, 40%. Afterwards, we have 15%, just the one receiving the income into a bank account and afterwards use the POS to have the money. And we'll continue the story and we'll discover the ones which has a credit for installments or an overdraft activated in their bank accounts are just few, maximum 15%. So
but if you look forward,
yeah.
The trend.
Yeah. In the same time, we are perceived as a digital onboarding process for the installment credits for the banks. So what we are doing, we are giving to the customers a credit for installments, which is already partially consuming the point of sales. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So the two models that I've looked at a lot in this space, one is Affirm, the US business, and the second is an Australian company called Afterpay.
Yeah.
They've differentiated Affirm by going after sort of higher ticket, higher value customers.
Exactly.
Afterpay by going through consumables, high volume, cheaper stuff. Can you talk about what the sweet spot is in the Romanian market? Yeah. What sort of ticket size do you want to underwrite?
Yeah, exactly. So we have been decided to look some first verticals, like bicycles, dental clinics and opticians, in order to have an average loan of 500 euro. So I don't know, for the local market, it's good enough. So we'll be focusing on such positioning, and we are focusing in some verticals where today we don't have the service on spot, and we have a big demand from our customers. In the same time, we are working in store and online. If you compare ourselves with some players, Klarna, Fin and others, some of them are only online, and they are doing very well and easy. Some others are doing offline, and we don't have so many. In Europe, we have only one competitor, which is Divido, and they are treating only bankable customers. So we are focused in Romania. We'll be focused in Central and Eastern Europe, where this persona it is. And afterwards, if you look to the global and if you look to the world, we'll find out where exactly it looks similar, and we can go there. Thank you.
I have a question about what data sets do you guys collect in order to make decisions about who to loan money to? Is it that you pass the customer's information directly to the banks and they make the decisions as to whether or not to loan them money? Yeah. In which case, if the banks are able to get the same information that you're able to get, what additional value adds do the banks have of partnering with you? Why can't they just do this by themselves? Does that make sense? Yeah. Or are you able to get additional information about the customers that the banks don't have access to? And if so, what does that information look like? And how do you make sure that your risk models make sense?
So first, we should understand that there is a market of small and medium retailers. This is our market first, where the banks are not focused. Why? From different reasons. They are considering that the number of loans per point of sales is not at the level they need to invest time and key accounts and sales force. Afterwards, many banks told us that if they will open their platform to 15,000 retailers, it will blocked. They didn't design the process and the platform in the beginning to be able for everyone. So there is a market where there is no interest from the bank today. They are not going there. So they are using us as a digital channel, like a digital broker, to tackle a market where they are not today. And they are happy to be there because at the end, all the data collected from the retailer enter in their system. They are doing the risk check. And if there is okay with the risk check, they are coming back to us with the product, with the financial product, and the customer can select.
Let me just push back on that a little bit, which is right now the banks are not in this market because it's not really profitable for them, right? Because it's not interesting for them. So let's say you make this market very interesting for the banks because you prove out to the banks, and let's say there actually is a really good market here. And at the end of the day, though, it's the bank's technology, the bank's data, and the bank's decisioning, and the bank's balance sheet that's actually allowing to do the lending. If the banks find that this is actually really interesting, why can't they just cut you out later on? Because then they discover that this is a really good market, and they now know how to do this because they're learning from you.
That's in a way of thinking. But we can think about what's the next step for us. Do you want still to be a marketplace or maybe not? If not, that means we can think in our way, like few players are doing, using your own capital and giving loans from your capital. So indeed, you should work first, like selling to the retailer in a B2B, but having in mind the customer. The customer data is coming to you. You are the one understanding the concept, sending afterwards the data to the bank. You receive back an answer. You already start to understand how the data and the mechanism works. And you can decide afterwards, even you can go to B2C and discover other channels and find a way to stay in the mind of the customer, or even you can use your capital and do this, which is profitable. And you have some example like you have in US, you have in UK, you have in Southern, so there are a lot.
Could you tell us some words about monetization, please?
About monetization, yes, I mentioned that we are charging the both sides. I think I should not say now what's the percentage. So we are charging the retailer as, let's say, as being considered as a payment with the POS. So nothing special from their side. From the lender side, we are applying a percent, which is half of their acquisition cost of today. Why? Because we need to have the track. We need to look to prove that this is a market, this is a volume, these are the profitable customers. And I would like to be sure that every time when a bank is selling a loan through our platform, we are more profitable for them. And to have big partners together with us to grow the volume, to understand the figures, to understand about how the business works, and to decide what's the next phase for us.
Sorry, I saw on the projections of your slides before, there were some revenue plan for 2019. How is this situation? How is staying?
So
how do you stay?
Will be over 120,000 euro. 120,000 euro at the end of the year revenue. We plan to.
Projections was much higher.
Yeah. No. We are talking about the earning value of the loans offer. So we plan to pass to our system 5,000 loans, which means in value 2.5 million euro value credit. Yeah, and that's the mechanism in terms of pricing and in terms of the percentages that can be translated in the year one. Over 100,000 euro our revenue.
From this forecast, how do you stay now? Where you are from 2.5 million?
We'll start, as I mentioned, we'll start from this month with 8 retailers. We started the project in October last year, and now we are with the platform ready, and we'll start from this month. And for the remaining period of time, we'll pass these figures.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
Big round of applause for Maillon.